Glass Animals GUI. I was going to do these separately. I was going to do the T60rp sought after review, and the Argon Mark III, the Mod House Audio Argon Mark III, separately. It's completely separate videos. But I can see the future now. I've been doing this game long enough, and I know exactly what happens when I do that. I get nothing but questions in the comments on, well, how does this compare to that? Or how does this compare to that? Because they're roughly exactly the same price. For those of you who are uninitiated, and of course we all here are initiated, let me explain. This is the T50rp by Fostex. I love the T50rp. It needs mods. You need to change the pads, and a comfort strap doesn't hurt, and the wires suck. But for $159.99, you can get a set of T50rps, and you can throw on, sure, 1540 pads, which are related and often bought with this item because I said so. So that's $40. So now you're looking, instead of $160, it's $200. And then if you get a wire, that's another $12-15 bucks, a $215. So there, and then if you want to get like a strap thing, like one of these to sort of make the comfort a little bit more, that could cost you anywhere from, I think this is sheepskin, deer skin. And this is like a regular. So you're looking at under $250. Okay, so what do these represent? Well, the T60rps. Oh, I should mention one other thing before I go on. So the T50rps are basically the building blocks of headphone life. There are more mods for Fostex T50s, or at least the drivers from the T50s, than anything else. Mayflower makes one. Deconi now makes one. The company that makes pads has just literally made one. It's blue. And I've done... oh, Jesus, how many? I don't even know. I've lost count. At least 4 different mods from the T50s, turning them into something else, something better, something different. And the T60s is essentially Fostex themselves saying, you know what? Fuck you guys. We can make our own headphones good if we really try. And then giving you these. So, my T50s are not here. My T50s I sent off to Josh Fowler, who does YouTube reviews. He just started out. He didn't have enough stuff to actually make more videos on headphones, so I sent him a box, and in there are the T50s with all the mods, so he could play with that. T20s set up on my wall. T40s I sold in a yard sale, which happened on Patreon every month. Plugs, butt plugs. Anyway, the T60rps were birthed from, I'm assuming, an anger. I feel Fostex is angry with these. They're like, you know, these people keep taking our headphones that we designed, and they keep saying, oh, they're shit, but you could do this to them. And then they put out, you know, this and that and every fucking mod that exists. ZMF has a mod for the classic. Everyone's got a mod. Why don't we be Fostex for a little while? Because, you know, Fostex makes, you know, a certain pair of headphones or two, like those TH900s, that are fucking amazing. And why don't we just put a little bit of effort into something, and we'll call it the T60s. So take the $159.99 and cross that shit out, and now make it $300, which is roughly what the cost of all the modified headphones costs, because there's, you know, individual fingers have to work and do things to make them better. We can go over what Fostex has changed, because it's not a short list, it's a long list. They turned under $200 pair of headphones into a $300 pair of headphones that I fucking threw money at Fostex when these arrived. It's one of the only things I haven't unboxed on my other channel. I have an unboxing. Well, it's not an unboxing channel, but I unboxed on it. And I didn't record it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just thought maybe it was going to be whatever, and I just opened it. And it was one of the best unboxing experiences I've ever had, where it was a very plain, it wasn't like a fancy wooden box or anything, but it was very nice. But you opened it up, and there was no wrapping, it was just these sitting in there. And these are wood. These are not just wood. If you go to the website, these are African mahogany cups. Now, I've talked about, you know, well, we got wood. Hold on, we got wood. We got wood here. Got wood here. Got some wood here. And here are the Durcat pads. Not pads, cups that are going to be going on the TH900s to test. And Lawton makes pads, and they all make pads. And the thing about, cups. They all make cups. And the thing about the cups are they're usually this shape, because this is easy. You turn it, you just turn it, and ooh, sand, everything's done. So Fostex, in the first middle finger to the entire headphone modding industry, said, no, fuck you. We're going to make African mahogany that looks exactly like the stock plastic. We're going to fucking machine that shit. In love. The amount of extra effort. Now, they've had to change a couple of the sharp edges to smooth, but this is a piece of wood machined to look like something that just didn't need to. It didn't need to look anything like this, but they took the time. They took the fucking time and the effort and the trees, and fuck you. These are worth owning. If you have no care for how they sound, or if you just want like a beautiful piece of like, holy shit, did they seriously? They seriously machined the wood. This is not like a sticker. This is wood. They didn't press this. This is machined wood. I don't know how they did it. They have one fucking CNC cutter doing this over and over again, hoping you don't form a crack in the grain. I bought these, by the way, as soon as they showed up. I was like, all right, can I give you the money now? Okay. First major change is instead of plastic, which these, I'm not going to knock the Argons, but we're going to go into like, African mahogany in the weirdest, most complex shape you could possibly fucking have. And you could feel the grain and how it's like, oh, I'm going to get a splinter from that bit. Because they don't shine it up either. I like the satin. I like to feel the wood. And the next step, all right, luckily the Argons came with the stock pads from the T50s. Here are the stock pads from the T50s. And
sorry, I don't know that one.
I don't know it either, Alexa. You fucking bitch. Stop interrupting my review.
I'd rather not answer that.
They're crap. These are crap. And they should never be on a headphone. But, you know, sometimes it takes years of battering Fostex to make them understand. So look at the pads on the T60s. Look, there's a thickness. Now, they tried with the T70, the TR series, 78s and 90s, to come up with bigger, thicker pads. They still didn't quite work, but they were better. But now look at oh, these are memory foam. And I don't think they're leather, but they are fucking soft. I haven't changed them. You know how many times I've gotten a Fostex headphone and kept the stock pads? Only the TH900s basically is it. So, wood and good pads. Now, they put a comfort strap on. It's not as good as like fucking hand-stitched deerskin, like the Mod Houses here have. But I mean, it's a comfort strap. Look, it's not terrible. It's soft enough. It says T60rp. It's mounted in the exact same way that every mod mounts it, which is they take out the screw. They've also changed a lot of the coloring around, where all the T series had orange was the color, orange lettering and the silver. They went with black, light gray. They really went for like a high-end look. And they fucking got it. Here's your left and right indicators here, facing you. Black on black on black. They took the plug, which normally comes out the side here, and they removed that because they said, fuck this, we're going to make it really good. Comes out the bottom here. So it's a detachable 3.5 millimeter. And if you look, now this is not the cable it came with. This is the cable it comes with. Let's talk about that for a second. Ooh, like it came rolled up. Look at the lack of jank. All right, you seeing this? Oh, Fostex. I literally have a Fostex sticker on the window of my car. Because I don't put like, ooh, tuned by whatever Canon filters. No. I put audio brands in the stickers on my car because fuck it. And I don't want to be in that culture where I got to put the sticker. I want stickers on my car. I just want people to look and go, why is Fostex on there? Or AudioFly. Or what's the other one I have on there? Geshelli Labs. I have a Geshelli Labs sticker on my car. 3-pin, 3-pole, 4-pole. 3-pole goes into amp. 4-pole goes into headphones because Fostex will sell you a balanced cable. This is wired internally 4-pole to run it balanced. Fostex stepped the fuck up. Okay, so I'm not using that one because when Fostex sent this to me, they didn't send me that cable with the connection on the end. So I made my own. So this is basically a 4-pole auxiliary cable. Let me show you this because I'm really proud of it. So here's 4-pin XLR. And blammo, motherfuckers! Look at that! I made an adapter that's got a 4-pole female in it, so I could plug this in, and then I could plug in any extension cable I want. And now we have balanced. Oh, I'm really proud of that. Oh, this is also the cable I use for my now balanced monoprice retros, because I modified that to have balance. I used 4-pole in it, just like this. So it worked out that these both now can be run balanced. So I'm running these balanced. And I literally did a wire swap on the X7S between running it balanced and running it not balanced. And there is a difference. There is a slight benefit that is not just power related. Because keep one thing in mind, we're talking about T50 mods here, people. And T50s, T20s are the hardest headphone. Except for maybe the advanced alphas. To drive properly. Properly is the word. I could run these headphones off my phone, and sound would come out. But it would not be the sound that anyone intended for you to hear. They're very strange, these little drivers they use in there. They're just very strange. They need all the power. And that's where she comes in. My Emotiva Basex, turns out it's a female. Who would have guessed? 8 watts a channel at 50 ohm, which is what these all are. All the T's and the Argon are all 50 ohm. And that will put out 8 watts. And you don't need 8, but you probably need like 6.5 to make me happy. So I'm running these off the balance because she gives you a little more power and a little more soundstage and separation. You want to hear how they sound? Well, all right. Let's look at the Mod Houses first before we go into these. We'll get to these, and we'll get back to this, and we'll get to why they're both in this desk, and there will be no winner. If you're waiting for me to declare a winner at the end of this video, just shut it off. There's no winner here. They're both winners. This is a table filled with winners, because these are as different sounding as they come, and they're the exact same internal structures. So the Argons are restrained to using the standard T50. They've got the standard silver. They've got the standard headband up here that, no one likes, and that's it in their heads, apparently. So everyone needs a comfort strap. You have a choice on Mod House when you order these. These are spec'd up to about $295, plus shipping, I think. So roughly the same price. These are the ZMF protein leathers, and you have a choice of 4 different pads. I've heard, I changed out a couple of them. Just protein leathers are where I'm at. Everyone seems to choose them, and that's the ones I'm going to go with. I'm going to talk about the protein leather sound. So you get this. You get no other modifications except for pads and a head strap. And then you get, he puts these nice little stickers over here. And he 3D prints an M for Mod House because it makes it look different than what the Fostex come with. Blah, 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 blah. Which, oh, by the way, he no longer has, since he puts this 3D printed thing here, it no longer has left and right indicators anywhere to be found. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you should be able to figure out from the pads, the thick part goes behind your ear. You can also, with Mod House, special order a balanced plug, and he will do that for you. It's more time and more money. And the only real issue I'm going to come up with right now with Mod House is a man. There's a single guy named Ryan. He's not single, he's actually married. But there's a single human being that makes these for you, or for me, or for him. And the waiting list, if you've waited this long into this review to buy a set, or to order a set, you're going to wait probably some amount of months. Which is fine, because some great things are worth waiting for. Whereas Fostex sent a team of murderers into the fucking African forest and said, get all these trees, cut them down, and give them to us. So, this is the best sounding set of modified T50s I've ever heard. Like straight out of the box, taking T50s and improving them to be better T50s. This is it. I've liked the Mayflower mod. Mayflower mod was the best one I'd heard until I heard these. And I know exactly what the failings of the T50s were, and I sort of lived with them because they had these other special qualities that, for that money, once you change your pads, it was like, ooh, it was good. And then you put these on, and you hit play on anything, and they sound high-end. The imaging, the spikes that you're usually getting with the T50s, where someone has to get in there and control the way that sounds, or else it's gonna be too much. They've fixed it. They just fixed it. They got up one day and said, "All right, fine, we'll fucking fix it," and they fucking hit the button and it's fixed. And these are like, if the T50s came up with a Mark IV, and this was just what the T50 sounded like, there'd be no other reason to buy anything else.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
Now, I don't want to get too far into the review of these before I start talking about the Argons, because I'm sitting here and I'm literally swapping back and forth, and I cannot believe how two headphones using the same drivers, you liking this, can just be so different. And yet I love them both, because I own these. I bought them immediately, and I'm probably going to own these and buy them immediately. I'm going to ask Ryan if he needs me to send them to another reviewer or something, and if he doesn't, I'm just going to throw him money, my actual money from my real pocket, and not a discounted price, the full price. I shouldn't say that out loud, because now he won't give me a discounted price. The clarity and the imaging of these, I don't even. It just, every other set of Fostex I've heard, no matter if it's T20s or T50s or T50 modded, they're all trying to fix something, and it's like Westworld. It's like there's a puzzle, there's a maze, and everyone's trying to figure out how to complete the maze, and everybody gets close. But Fostex fucking designed the maze, and they knew exactly how to fix it, like that. Boom. Oh, by the way, here you go. Here's how the headphones sound great. I've cried to these. They're just balanced, and the treble is just there to give you all the detail you could ever want. They're not crazy wide. There's not like soundstage for days. That's when we're going to look at that side of the table. Because I'm going to describe these headphones, and then I'm going to describe those headphones, and you're going to choose. That's what this is all about. This whole episode is about choosing. Because people are different. Some people are tall, some are short, some eat meat, some don't. Some pee standing up, some pee sitting down, some pee into their own mouths. I can't judge people like that, but you all have different tastes. Especially that guy with peas in his mouth. That's nasty. Assuming it's a guy. Hashtag no sexism. What you want out of a headphone is going to be a very, very specific question at the end of this video. Because I'm sitting here in just... I don't want anything in these headphones to change. Now... I don't really want Mo to sing in my head. Actually, what's that? The Gabbo show? Oh, God. The only time I started questioning these, as far as like, oh man, don't change anything, was when I put these on. And then I start questioning things. It's like, oh, you know what? All right. These are the best sounding T50 mods I've ever heard. Period. And these are not T50 mods. These are something else. And that's why I was able to say these are the best sounding modded T50s I've ever heard. Because they are. They are the top of the class. The Talon mod, the Mayflower mod, the ZMF Classic mod, the Draconi mod, all those mods they do improve the T50s in certain ways and shape them. And this is the top of the class. You win. Now let's move over to the Argons. Because these are not just modified T50s. I don't know what the fuck is in here. I know what's in here, and I know what should be possible, and what? If we're going to compare directly to this, and I'm still benchmarking this, I'm owning them and putting them on my wall. Warmth immediately. Just basically all the mid-range comes up, and even though these are made of wood, like African mahogany, from African mahogany, these sound like they're made of all the wood. I don't know, what's more wood than African mahogany? Mafrican homogamy. I don't know. It's a bad joke. Sue me. The warmth comes up, and then the real reason you buy argons, the width. W-I-D-T-H. Because you get this, whereas this is like, okay, you know, these sound really good. Here's the sound I'm listening to. You see it? You see how far apart my hands are? And then you put on argons, and it's like, what? Even my Ether C flows cannot even dream of competing with these in soundstage. Even those TH900s, unmodified, could not compete with these in soundstage. And I'm going to go on the record of saying this. These are, I'm calling these open or semi-open, mostly open. You put them on, they don't feel like a closed headphone, which is nice. You put these on, and you are living in a closed headphone. Even though it's got, you know, the grills here, it just, everything goes away. You're in like silence. You could barely hear yourself speaking. And then you hit play. And John Coltrane is playing behind me, like over there. And this guy... Even songs like over-recorded like shit from Imagine Dragons are just improved with this. Just, I don't understand how he made them so wide, because that's one of the big issues with the T50s, is they're very narrow. Just like these are still narrow. And there was a couple mods of the T50s, the Talon mod, oh, I forget what it was called, that like, ooh, that was much wider. But the problem was they literally physically dragged it away and changed the path, and ooh, that does sound a little bit wider. But you lose the detail and the sparkle and the real. So okay, if you wanted wider, go with that. Now, I'm gonna go on record. These have more detail than these. 12% more detail these have. But these have more width than anything I've ever used. Maybe the Argon Mark IIs, which I don't have here, and I wish I would have all bought. And I probably could still swindle a pair if I get XOs, Fostex TXOs. But I mean, what? And it's not just the pads. Here's the thing. The pads are part of a magician's fucking trick. Magician. Ryan's a magician. He made magic happen. Because you put this on, and all of a sudden, you're in this just giant room where music's playing. And I've heard... like even ZMF headphones, like the big wood ones that are like $1,500. You listen to them and you go, oh my god, this sounds like argons. Now I'm going to get some of those ZMF headphones here, and I might be able to compare directly. But just from memory at CanJam, and what I was impressed with, when I'm impressed with a headphone, with a closed headphone especially, it's like, I put it on, do I sound like I'm in a fucking closed room with this shit? No. If I'm not like that, then they're good. And I put these on, and I'm totally not where I think I am. And then, after you have that warmth and the width, the low end happens. Because I didn't wish these would change. By the way, this is Harry Connick, Follow the Music. Harry Connick Jr., not a very good album, but this one song's got really good, like drums happening. And if I put it back on with these, there is low end. It's there. But it feels restrained. It feels like they just don't have the space or the ability to make the bass more. As far as mods go, this is fan-fucking-tastic for clarity and accuracy, and oh my fucking Christ. And then there's these. These. T-shirts coming with, say, these, across your titties. The low end. I'm looking at my wall, and I'm guessing to compare the low end of these to something would be utterly tragic. Maybe the T20s through this amp can put out similar amounts of low end, but this is so much more controlled. I'm gonna run the Duels now. Hold on, I'm gonna run the Duel. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna run the Duels now in these because I feel like I need to during the review. I'm going to are you seeing how? Oh, that's not the right one. Haha. Oh. Oh, that's halfway up.
Run the Duels live in the garden. Making off shots and we aim for the darkness. Make it get hot from a target. Cause spores at the crotch of a target. Kumbaya, bitch.
Kumbaya, bitch. Still. This is so clear. This is so clear and crystalline, and I could fucking find it all out. And, but then the low end on these is just like, oh, that's what you listen to Run the Duels on. So I think these two headphones, not to go on for 45 fucking minutes, I take this one. You say I could have it? You say I could listen to music? Fine. And the only thing I'd miss is the low end. It's got it. It's clean and neutral, and they're I'm sure they measure perfectly, and they're accurate, and they're beautiful, Look at the machining on the fucking wood. No one talks about that. And then you pick up the Argons, and it's just an experience. It's all it comes down to. It's like, how did someone take what was the T50s, which is a wonderful yet flawed pair of headphones, and then they can convert it, and then eventually this is always the summit. This is always the summit of it. And it takes him months to get it right, and then it takes him days per pair to get it perfect, which is why the waiting list is crazy long. So if I can keep this pair, I'm going to pay him for it and just keep it. Because I was talking to someone today who was like, you have all these headphones. Are they really that different? Are they really don't they all do the same job? Do you need to actually exist? Do you need to exist? Do you need to listen to this pair and this pair? I mean, because now we're talking about headphones that have the same driver and the same chassis and the same, this one's wood and this one's not. Yes. This pair needs to stay so that person, when I see them next, can put them on, and I can put these on, and they can go, oh, there is a difference in headphones, because there ain't no fucking difference greater than what's between these two. Because even with the width of these, the added width, the clarity's not. It's like I said, it's just down. It's just this is closer, clear, and then you get out and it's like a little. Just the clarity goes a little. Not clarity. I don't even want to call it that. It's just like your treble drops, but holy fucking width and space, and the low end is. I've never heard more perfect low end. Maybe not even on TH900s. We'll see when the Lawton mod is done if that reigns true. But that's dumb. I would probably, if you're going to order a set of these, get them with the balance. Because if you're not running an A100 and you're running something like the Aoun will output more wattage through the balance. Most balanced amps will output more wattage through the balanced. So even if it's not for separation of just more power. You need more power to run these properly. They might as well be speakers. Sound demos, both of them linked in the description, and I have to retake the thumbnail for these because I wasn't planning on shooting them out, but there's just going to be so many questions between the two. Shit. It's just shit. They also make a portable 2.5mm connection balanced, and I don't even know what amp I'd recommend. You need 2 watts on the go, and no one makes that. Wallpaper in the description, sound demos in the description, links to both of these, and actually links to both of these, and I have a kit account where I can put together a few items, and I have the T20s with this amp and a DAC and the cable and so if you just want to buy all of that at once, I can make more kit accounts, which would be interesting. Yeah, the Patreon, which is going to end up paying Ryan for me to keep these. Just how that's going to work, because I want to be able to reference them against things in the future. And yeah, that should be good. Peace out.